Servo, you're all right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another interesting webinar on iSTEM application today. So we are back with another interesting webinar on iSTEM application that has been recently launched. So ये ऐप अभी recently around 2 week पहले ही लॉन्च की गई है और हम हाजिर हैं उस इंटरेस्टिंग एप्लीकेशन के डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन के साथ एनएबी दिल्ली ऑनलाइन यूट्यूब चैनल पर एक बार फिर आप सबके लिए। आई होप इस वेबिनार को आप सब एंजॉय करेंगे और आपका जो भी फीडबैक है आप हमें चैट बॉक्स में भी दे सकते हैं या आप हमें ईमेल भी कर सकते हैं हमारे ईमेल आईडी helpline@nabdelhi.in पर। सो आज के वेबिनार में हमारे जो पैनलिस्ट हैं या कह लीजिए जो मेहमान हैं, हमारे साथ हैं मिस्टर सुनील। Sunil is one of the co-founder of iSTEM and he has completed his BTech from Jodhpur IIT in Computer Science and Engineering. After completing his BTech degree, he has worked for 2 years with Morgan Stanley as a software developer and he is very passionate about digital content accessibility. Though he is not coding on the keyboard, but he loves to play keyboard and read new books, and he is also very passionate about the music. So Sunil, we welcome you to the webinar.
थैंक्स अ लॉट योगेश। सो मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि आप लोगों ने मुझे बुलाया और हमें अवसर दिया कि हम हमारी ऐप iSTEM ऐप के बारे में इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे सभी लिसनर्स को बता सके। थैंक्स अ लॉट फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी।
तो वेलकम सुनील। एंड इससे पहले कि हम ऐप की तरफ जाएं तो हम अपने दर्शकों के लिए पूछना चाहेंगे कि iSTEM जो है वो किस तरह से स्टार्ट हुआ, किस तरह से आप और जो मैन बिहाइंड iSTEM, अगर हम बात करें कार्तिक सोने, ही इज द मैन बिहाइंड iSTEM, तो जो फाउंडर हैं इसके, कैसे आप उनसे मिले और कैसे ये एक आइडिया आया कि एक इस तरह का कुछ स्टार्ट किया जाए जो कि साइंस एंड मैथमेटिक्स पढ़ने वाले स्टूडेंट्स के लिए बहुत बेनिफिशियल रहे। आप अगर इस पे हमें थोड़ा पहले बताएं।
Sure. So iSTEM basically started back in 2019. So what we initially what we did was that we were working as an advocacy group. So we were working with different corporate partners and different colleges to make STEM subjects more accessible. So initially it was more of a a community level engagement, that where we started with an inclusive STEM hackathon. So whose first session we conducted back in 2018. At that time I was still in college, so I connected with Karthik before even I graduated from college. So back in 2015 or 16, when I had entered my college in IIT Jodhpur, I was searching online how I can read STEM subjects more accessibly and can get all the information that I need for completing my computer science graduation degree that I was doing at IIT Jodhpur. At that time I got to know about Karthik on one of the YouTube videos that I saw. So he was speaking at some school and talking about his experiences. So when I heard him, it was very much similar to how I was, whatever problems I was facing, and at that time I thought I should reach out to this person. So back in my college I reached out to him, and as quick as he is always, he replied within within a single day with whatever queries I had around STEM subject access and things. So उस समय कार्तिक और भी बहुत सारे लोगों को जानते थे। सो मेरे फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे और को फाउंडर्स हैं अभी, जैसे आकाशदीप हैं, शाकुल हैं, तो वो सब कार्तिक के कांटेक्ट में ओवर द टाइम आ गए थे। तो हुआ ये कि हम सब एज ए दोस्त थे जो कि अगेन सेम ही टॉपिक्स अराउंड डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि भाई मुझे मैथ्स रीड करनी है, आई नीड टू रीड केमिस्ट्री, आई नीड टू रीड फिजिक्स, दीज आर द प्रॉब्लम्स आई एम फेसिंग, सो हाउ कैन आई डील विद देम। सो हमने सोचा क्यों ना हम इंडिविजुअली एक दूसरे से डिस्कस कर ही रहे हैं, एक ग्रुप बनाया जाए, एक प्लेटफॉर्म बनाया जाए, वहाँ ये सब अपन डिस्कस कर सकते हैं। तो उस टाइम पे एज एन एडवोकेसी ग्रुप हमने चालू किया iSTEM को। उसके बाद में सबसे पहला हमारा मेजर इवेंट जैसे मैंने आपको बताया बैक 2018 में एज एन हैकाथन हमने स्टार्ट किया, जहाँ पे कि बोथ विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड पर्सन एज वेल एज sighted person came together to hack on a particular problem. So it's mainly a coding hackathon that we at that time did with many companies, including Microsoft, Morgan Stanley. So there were employees coming from these companies, and then we had visually impaired person coming all over the India. Then we also had university students, from example, from IIIT Bangalore and some other local colleges in Bangalore. So that received us a lot of attention, and it was appreciated a lot by the community as well, how we were trying to sensitize corporate and do things around disability advocacy. But at that time we were not registered as a company, so we were just a group of individuals with same common interest. Later on, when many of us completed our colleges, for example, I passed out in 2018, Karthik also passed on around the same time, 2018 and 19. So we thought perhaps we can now apply our technical skills that we have been learning all across our college time and school time, and could implement a solution which can tackle the problem of STEM accessibility and can work for that. So for that we started this iSTEM company there, where we right now are focusing on digital content accessibility. Given, let's say, any inaccessible content, be let's say PDF, scanned PDF, images containing math, physics, those things, then how you can extract math out of it and convey it using the accessibility standards we have right now on the web. So that's how the short journey of iSTEM have been so far.
Okay, so that's sounds very interesting that कि एक community engagement से start हुआ और later it reached to a company, and now you are developing apps and other portals as well, and helping persons with disabilities in reading, maths and science, all STEM subjects. So that's a very good initiative. Just congratulate entire team. Yes, I know Karthik was the first student who opted for science and later on went to pursue engineering. So he was a very brave and student who used to take challenges. So it's great. And जैसा कि आपने बताया कि हमें पता चला कि recently you have launched your app, iSTEM app, in recently held conclave that you had on, I guess, 25th and 26th of March 2022. So there the app was launched.
That's
इस
right.
ऐप में क्या स्पेशल है, मतलब बाकी जो एप्स हैं जो OCR फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड करती हैं उनसे कैसे ये ऐप डिफरेंट है?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now we have a lot of apps in the market, which are doing OCR. So given a image, they try to extract text out of it. But iSTEM is, different from most of the that competitors or or the apps that we have right now in the market, in the sense that we don't only extract the text, which is these other apps also do, but what we do especially is we also extract layout semantics about the the whatever document it is, be it image or PDF, and convey that layout semantics to the screen reader user. For example, if I tell you it by an example, so let's say you have a PDF document in which there is a lot of tables, a lot of headings, there are a lot of sections. So normally if you read them with screen reader, how it reads out it is that it just simply reads the text. And if let's say there is some table, which is, let's say again, is complex in terms of how it is spanning across the two cells, so there could be merging cells, then if it were a normal OCR, how it will do is it will try to do text from left to right. So it will first read out whatever is there in the first column. Again, this could span multi-liner. So in the first cell, there could be more than 2-3 lines. If as an individual, you would like to read them, cell by cell. But again, if you were to go with normal OCR, how it will read it will read the first line of first column, then it will read second line of second column, no, I mean first line of second column and first line of third column and so on. So what it is doing right now is that it's making everything as linear. So it's even though it's a table and it shouldn't be read as a linear structure or linear reading, but again the normal OCR does that. But what our OCR does it that given any table, we detect where is a cell, where is column, where is row, and we convey that information to the screen reader so that it can automatically understand it and then convey it to the people who is using the document. And then, so this is one example. Similarly, we have another special area that we have right now is the math detection. So most of the time, the other OCR app that we have right now is they do not detect the mathematics present in the document. So they simply treat it as a normal textual content. But again, mathematics has itself, a spatial nature to it. So there are, let's say, exponents, which are generally written in, superscript on the right side, in the top right, on a sheet of paper. So now that shouldn't be read as an normal text. Rather, it should be said now that this is the base. Let's say the expression is x raised to power 5. So instead of saying it x5, it should be read as x raised to power 5, because that 5 has a special relationship with respect to the base x that we have. So again, this is another information that is generally missed by the other OCR, that are present right now in the market. So that is one of the hallmark feature that we have. Another thing is, we do not only do OCR. So even if you have, let's say, digital PDF, but again, it's not as accessible as you would like to be. For example, let's say, again, it's not detecting where is heading, where is table. So those kind of information can even be missing in a digital PDF. So when I'm saying digital PDF, I mean that PDF which you are able to read the text using screen reader. So this is comparison to scanned PDF, in which generally cannot read the text, and the screen reader says that this is an empty page. It could be a scanned document. So that's the notification it generally gives. So if it is, even if it is a digital PDF and you are able to read text, if you converted those PDF documents with iStem services, you get a more accessible version of it. So now you have all the headings that you want to read, all the tables that you want to read, all the links. Let's say if they are present, any of the links are also, are also received in the output documents that we generate. Then we also have navigation features. For example, let's say there is a footnote in the document. So you can, in a more accessible manner, see the footnote and jump to it. So that cross navigation is something which is also implemented by our, again, accessibility services that we have right now. So these are main features that distinguishes us from what are the other apps that are present in the market right now.
Okay, so the app seems very accessible and seems very interesting because I have not used it yet. Definitely after listening to your conversation, your discussion about on features, I'll definitely use it, and maybe like we will definitely ask other users to use the same for making their experience better.
Sure,
So
we would love that.
and सुनील, जैसे कि आप टेक्निकल लीड हैं and you are leading, you are maintaining all the platforms, different platforms hosted by iStem. तो कितना चैलेंजिंग होता है आपके लिए, या टेक्निकली क्या कितना चैलेंजिंग रहता है ये सब?
So right now, so what I do at iStem is that I lead whatever different platforms we have. For example, we have a web app where you can come and access all the iStem services. Then we have this app that we released a few weeks back. And then there are other platforms we are thinking on how we can make our presence on, let's say, desktop, on browsers. So you're thinking in those directions. So right now, I am by my college study and by my education software developer myself. So I on daily basis I code. So I use, again, things like VS Code, which is Visual Studio Code, which is an IDE from Microsoft, which I use for my daily coding exercises that I do on whatever code I write. So right now, I think the time has come that where at least we have options. in terms of, like, if I especially talk about programming as an, a stream or as a career, right now we have very accessible options available to us. For example, VS Code that I just said. So this particular editor or IDE, intelligent development, integrated development environment, is something which is quite good with Screen Reader. So from that perspective, it's kind of easier job. But again, this is one part of my job. Then another thing is how do I interact with other platforms which might be, let's say, related to project management and things. And there the things might not be as easy. For example, I remember when I was back in my work at Morgan Stanley. So there were again platforms or tools which are not accessible with Screen Reader. So at that time, it was sometimes quite a challenging work to do what I was doing. But again, at that time, I had the help of my colleagues and my managers and things. So that way we were able to manage. At iSTEM, we are trying that whosoever join us as a developer, and whosoever are with us working on the whatever services we are bringing for the listeners. So for them, we are making sure that whatever persons are working in the team, they have very inclusive environment, and go through and can access most accessible solution that whatever we are building. Because we ourselves as co-founders are all visually impaired people, so we know what accessibility mean, and where is the things that are lacking in other apps, what could be done good for making the experiences of reading more better. And we are constantly listening to our users feedback and accordingly implementing the solution in that direction.
So it's good that besides various challenges and different hurdles, you are managing the iSTEM tech team very efficiently. So I definitely compliment you.
Thanks for that.
Now we should not ask users to wait more, and we will move towards the demonstration of the app. So Sunil, I request you to demonstrate few features of the app which are most important in that. And
Sure, I can do that. So right now, the iSTEM app that we have launched, it's an Android app. So it's right now only available on Android platform. We are working on it to be available on iOS and other platforms. So it's available in Play Store. So the listeners can go to Play Store and search for I-STEM, so which stands for Inclusive Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. So that's what our company name. So the app name is also iSTEM. So if you go and search on Play Store, you can find out our app I-STEM. So one caution there is right now is that there are two apps by the name of iSTEM. So there's one more government app that you might see on top right now. And on the second place, you will see the iSTEM app. So there, the thing is that the developer account is for our developer account, the name is iSTEM team. So whenever the listeners are downloading the app, what they can do is they can make sure that the developer name is iSTEM team and accordingly install the app. Over the time, as we get more and more support and more feedback and more people install our app, we hope to bypass that whatever restriction we have, and will soon come on number one on Play Store. But right now, if the people are searching, they should be, I think, looking for second app. So what I will do right now is I'll show you what the interface look like and what are the main services that we have within iSTEM app. So I will, I've already installed the app. I'll just open the app.
I request you to kindly reduce the speed.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. Yes.
Speech rate 55. Speech rate 31. Speech rate 25%.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good.
Swipe up, then down, or swipe down, then up.
So whenever you open the iSTEM app, right now I'm not logged in. So this is what I see as an opening page. So I'll show you.
iSTEM heading. Create new account or log in to continue. Heading.
So right now
we
have onboarding journey. So where if you install the
System
app for the
launcher.
first time,
iStem
I can
app.
perhaps show you. So right now I've
iStem
skipped
app.
that part,
Unlocked.
but I can
Over. Open
quickly just delete my
app info.
state and show
Clear
you
data.
that.
Button. Cleared. Clear. Cancel. Clear cache. 2 of 2. Clear all. Okay. App info. Clear data.
So if now I open the iStem app, so first thing that
iStem.
we see is
iStem app. iStem app. Choose a theme.
so the first thing that you will see is the theme part. So right now we have different themes available in app, which is, you know,
Selected. Radio button. Default theme.
default theme, which is a
Double tap
blue
to
color
activate.
over white background. Then
Radio
we have,
button. White background with black text. Radio button. Black background with white text.
so different, you know,
Double tap to
that
activate.
black background, white text, white background, black text. So those contrasts we have. So you select one of them
Use default
and then,
welcome to iStem screen. About skip button.
so we have an onboarding
At
tool
iStem,
where we
our
talk
vision is
about all the feature that we have
button.
in our app.
Double tap to activate.
So right now it's the first thing is more about iStem, what we do, you know, what our aim is. Now
Let's get step 1 of 7. Get started.
I'll show you the
Quick
features part.
OCR.
So one of the feature we have is quick OCR.
Skip button. Our quick OCR service helps the blind or visually impaired convert hard copies of bills or papers to accessible formats easily.
So this is, you know, a tool where you can read quickly about whatever the services we provide. For right now, I'll skip this tool because again, you know, I'm going to talk about all of this feature anyway. But if you are installing as an first user, so you will see all these tools.
Skip button.
So now when
iStem logo.
when I skip that tool, the first thing that iStem app asks is to create an account.
iStem heading. Create new account or log in to continue. Heading.
So I can use, you know, either email,
Sign
password,
up with email button.
or I can use
Sign up with Google, button.
So in this case, I'll go ahead and use Google to create my account and
Google Play Services. Google Play
get into that.
Services. To Science Explore. Sunil Kumar. Sunil Kumar. iStem. Sunil Chowdhury. Sunil at Influ.
So
Google Play
now
Services.
I'm logged in. So when I'm logged in, the first thing
iStem app.
that we see is
Already have an account. iStem logo. Docs accessibility.
Docs
Heading.
accessibility page. So iStem app is right now organized into 4 different tabs that they are listed at the bottom.
Tab. Docs.
So one is Docs,
Tab. Media.
Media,
Tab. Learn.
Learn,
Tab. Profile.
and Profile.
Double
So these
tap.
are the 4 tabs we have right now. So I'll go through each of those tabs one by one, and then we'll talk about the features within them. So first tab is the Docs tab. So this is mainly for visually impaired people who wants to access, let's say, inaccessible PDF or images as an content. So in the top, if you see there is a title, which is document accessibility heading.
Tab. Learn.
So
Docs accessibility. Heading.
within this, we have 2 different services.
Quick OCR.
One is
Heading.
quick OCR, which is, you know, normal text OCR that we see in other apps as well. So we have this as a feature because, you know, if you, let's say we are not concerned with the semantics of the page that we have, we just want the text. So what we can do is we can go ahead and use this feature to just quickly get the text out of whatever we have, whatever page we have. So in this case, we have different options.
Camera. Button.
You can choose camera
Double
and
tap
take
to
a picture.
activate. Gallery. Button.
You can use
Double tap
gallery
to activate.
to select, you know, some picture or some PDF file from your local.
Quick OCR request history.
Then we
button.
have a request history where you can
Double
see
tap
whatever
to
the request you
activate.
have so far created.
Quick OCR how it works.
And then
button.
there is information as to how
Double
this
tap
particular
to
service
activate.
works. So I'll go ahead and
Quick
show you
OCR
a camera
gallery.
scenario.
Button.
So how
Camera.
you
Button.
can
Double tap. Camera. Button. Select mode screen.
so when you select camera, we have
Back.
2 mode right now.
Select
One is
guided capture.
guided
Button.
capture,
Manual capture.
another is manual
Button.
capture.
Double
So-
tap to activate.
Basically, you know, let's say if you're a visually impaired person and you want to take a photo. Now, one of the challenges that we have is that we want to align the photo or align the page such that we get the maximum text out of whatever we have. So currently, if you want that feature, where the app should be guiding you, in which direction you should move your phone, so you should use guided capture. If let's say there is someone else who is taking a picture for you where you don't need the guided help as to in which direction the camera should be aligned, so you can use manual capture.
Guided capture.
So I'll go ahead and first demonstrate what is guided capture.
Allow iStem. Allow.
So when
button.
I'm clicking that, it's
Double
asking me
tap to
camera
activate.
permission. So I'll give that.
Allow. Camera initialized. iStem app. Back. Button. Move to top right. Double tap to activate.
So
Move
now it's
towards
giving
right.
me instruction
No
as to
edges found.
how
Move towards
I
right.
should move.
Only bottom. Edge visible. Only bottom. Edge visible. No edges found. No edge. Capture image. Top back suspended.
So I think right now I'm having an issue. So I'll firstly perhaps see this.
Screen hidden.
Give me a minute.
Do gesture swipe up then right to UI. 100%.
So right now we
Silent.
have
Move to top bottom.
the
Double tap.
I'm hovering my phone over
Edge
the page that we have,
Only top.
and then
Edge
trying to
visible.
see if I can align it
Edge visible.
as per the pages that we have.
Towards top.
So this is a new feature that we have
No edges
introduced.
found.
We are right now working to improve it
Move to bottom
and
left.
looking for the feedback so
All
that we
edges
can
detected.
uh,
Hold steady.
we can
Move to
take the
top right.
capture
Move
more
towards
user-friendly manner.
All edges detected. Hold steady. Move to left right.
So one thing that you will hear is that all edges detected. So what happens, we
Towards
Android
right.
camera in general are not good
All
for
edges detected. Hold
taking
steady.
picture because they keep
Towards
shaking and then the
Move to left
picture
right.
doesn't come good. So
Move
what we do is
towards
we
left.
ask that this all edges that we are trying to detect of paper, they should be at least detected twice. So which is sometimes can become a
All
challenge
edges
because
detected. Hold steady.
the hand should
All
not
edges detected.
shake at all.
Snapshot. Preview
So
image
once
screen.
that is
Preview
detected,
image. Heading.
or once you have taken the picture. So right now in this case, we are continuously able to detect the edges for two passes that we are making. So each second we are making a pass to see how much edges we are able to detect of the paper that is below the camera. So right now when I was taken the picture, then you will see there is
Retake button. Get
retake
results.
button if you are not
Double tap to activate.
happy with the photo. Otherwise you can just click on get results.
Processing free period.
So this is an audio feedback that
Text
you hear
results screen loaded.
on
Text results screen.
while we are processing the
Back button.
text.
Text described their supper, and the story was over. Working his way through this scheme was especially fatiguing on Saturday, because Joe never fell asleep in naps anymore. And knowing this made the night seem futile.
So this is one of the paragraph that was present in that text. Then there are other
The
paragraph you
little
can
fella
just
not
simply
so little
read
anymore.
like
The
you read
bumps
any
hurt
web
me
page.
fade
So
under
I'm
the
just
covers
doing
were
left to
half
right
baked.
swipe
Text
to read the
results.
text,
Heading.
whatever has been detected. So you can simply navigate the screen and read whatever text that you had just captured. So that was guided capture. Again, we are working on this feature right now. It's not 100% accurate. We are working hard to make it more and more intelligent, and how we can guide the visually impaired people to capture the photo by themselves. So another mode that we have for camera is the manual capture.
Docs quick OCR.
So
Heading.
if I go to quick
Camera.
OCR, camera,
Select back. Guided.
the
Manual
experience is
capture.
quite similar.
Double
So I just click on manual
capture
capture,
image screen.
and now it's showing me
Camera
whatever
initialized.
photo that I
Back.
had.
Button.
Now I will again try to
Double
take the
tap
picture of the
back.
same page and capture it so that we can again run the OCR. So I'm taking the
Take
picture.
Preview image screen.
So once we have taken the picture, we again
Back.
have that
Button.
preview screen where you
Double
can see
tap to
whatever
activate.
we want to
Preview image.
read.
Retake. Get results. Button. Processing free period. Retake. Button. Processing free period. Button. Text results. Back. Text results. Heading. Described their supper, and the story was over. Working his way through this scheme was especially fatiguing on Saturday, because Joe never fell
So
asleep in
this is
naps
again
anymore.
the same
and no
page. Right now we did it from manual capture. So there was no, no feedback coming as to which edges the AI is able to detect and tell you.
iStem logo.
So that is something which was
Docs
not present in manual
accessibility.
capture.
Quick
Now, similarly, you can
camera,
select the
button.
photos from your
Double tapped. Gallery. Button.
device if there is an
Double
image or
tap
PDF.
tack. Quick
But I'll show you that in the next
OCR.
service.
Document accessibility.
Yeah.
Heading.
So second service that we have in the docs tab is the document accessibility. So now this is the, our secret sauce, what I was, talking to you earlier. So now you want to have all the, semantics of the different text, which is available on the page. So then if you're interested in semantics, if you're interested in mathematics, then you should be using document accessibility service. You should not use quick OCR for that, because generally, this extraction of information from the PDF or from the images takes time. So therefore, it might not be very quick. That's why we have kept two different OCR, but the user should not confuse themselves. So it's just that if you are interested in semantics, if you're interested in mathematics, you should always go for document accessibility.
Convert new
And you have the
document.
time, of
Button.
course, because this may take, let's say, 1-2
Double
minutes.
tap to activate.
And depending on pages, it may be longer.
Convert new doc. Upload file or use camera screen.
So when you're clicking on convert new document, again, it shows you
Back button.
those two options that either you
upload.
can select from
Supported.
gallery or you can
PDF.
take a picture.
Image. Max file size. Upload file. Button. Open camera. Button.
In this case, camera
Double
flow
tap
is
to
something we have
activate.
already seen. So I'll go ahead and
Upload file. Button.
select some local file.
Allow iStem app to access photos. Allow. Deny.
So I'll allow the app to access my
Documents.
data.
Show routes. Drop down. Search. List. Sort by. More op. 161 homework 2. Complex under. HW. iStem snapshot.
So we have different.
Kev
I have
112.
different document here.
Research paper.
So I'll select one of them.
106 kilobytes.
In this case,
January
this research.pdf, which is a PDF file.
Convert new document screen.
So I selected
iStem
the
app.
file.
Back.
Now it's
button.
uploading
Out
this
of grid.
file to the server.
Double tapped. Convert new document. Research paper.pdf uploaded. Heading.
So now it's successfully uploaded.
File name.
Then there is an option.
Research paper.
If I
Edit
want,
box.
I can give a file name for this, whatever uploaded.
Double tap to edit
By
text.
default, it's the file
Double
name.
tap
If you
and
want to
hold
change this, you
long
can.
press. Editing option. Does this document contain map? Radio group.
So there is a question that you will see on this page. Whether this document contain math or not. If it contain math, you should select yes here.
Radio
And
button. Yes. Selected. Radio button. No.
So in this case, the
Double
document that I
tap
have
to
selected does
activate.
not contain mathematics. I'm just trying to show you how we have different semantic information available in terms of headings and tables. So I'll have this button selected as no, that it document does not contain math.
Select output format. Combo box.
And then we have different output format that you can select. So this is a
Microsoft
PDF
Word
file.
doc.
But what do you want
Menu.
as an output?
Microsoft Word. HTML. Menu item.
So we want, let's say, HTML as an output.
iStem app. HTML. Combo. Convert document. Button.
And then I click on
Double.
convert document.
Processing free period. Request uploaded successfully. Document request history screen.
So once the request has been uploaded, it is processed in the background. So, we run our services
Email.
over the file.
iStem service request for research paper is complete.
And once the
Back
request is
button.
completed, you get this
Double
email.
tap to
So right
activate.
now I just got an email that the request is complete. So, I can go ahead and see this document and read it.
Convert new doc.
So I'll go to request
Document
history.
accessibility request hit. Document request history screen.
Whenever you open the request history, you can see
Back
whatever the files
button.
you have uploaded so far
Double tap to activate.
and what their output look like. So you want to read them. So right now the
Document
options we
request
have here is
history. Search box. Type text in search edit box to filter list of documents below.
so you can search the document,
Search.
whatever
Edit
you have
box.
converted so far by their name.
Showing list of 100. Document name research paper.
So
Double tap to
This is the
activate.
document name I just converted.
Download research paper button.
So then there is a
Double
download
tap.
button.
Document name Chapo 5.
Then there is a next document.
Double tap
So
to activate.
it contains a list of cards, where each card contains a download button as well as the document name. If the file is in progress, you will see the status here that it's being processed, and then you can later on, once it is processed, you can download it and read it. So I've
Download
already
research
converted this
paper
file.
button.
So I'll just download it and then read it. So I clicked on the
Open
download
research
button,
paper.
and
Open.
once it is downloaded, the same button is converted into open button.
Document name. Open research paper button.
So I can click the button again,
Open.
and this will open the
with.
file. So we chose output as an HTML format. So you will see
Browser. Column 1. In grid. More. Column 2.
I have different applications
Double
here
tap
which
to
can open the
activate.
HTML file.
Double
So I'll go ahead
Kiwi
and
browser.
choose
Browser. Column 1. Open with. Kiwi. Chrome.
Chrome.
Chrome. 100%. iStem converted file. Web view. iStem converted file. Heading 1. Page 1. Heading 6.
So one of the feature that we have right now in our converted file is all the page numbers are by default come as H6. So you can navigate the pages by headings, or by using the heading shortcut.
Towards mathematical expression understanding. Min Kwok.
So
Graduate University.
in this case, I'll
National
show you,
Institute.
how different
NU
headings
Min.
are
Giovanni.
detected in this.
Abstract. Heading 1.
So right now I'm at the abstract heading, which is an H1. So right now in Android apps, we have that navigation feature where we can navigate the screen by different unit of navigation or different units of reading. So for example, you can move it by character, move it by word, move it by lines. So most of the people might be knowing that, but I'll just in case someone does not have experience with that. So I'll go ahead and take a little time explaining that. So whenever I am, if I do a swipe down and swipe up gesture, I can move between different navigation level. So for example, right now I'm moving my finger down and then up.
Spoken language.
Whatever different controls
Swipe
we
up or
have,
swipe characters.
I can switch between them.
Swipe up or swipe down to read by characters. Words. Swipe up or swipe down to read by words.
So let's say right now I want to just see in this document, what are the high level headings we have, what are the different sections. So I want to explore the document at a top level. So which is something very easy for sighted people, because what they can do is they can scroll through the pages and see which are the texts which are, let's say, have greater font size, are bold in nature. So they basically represent heading. So if the same thing you want to do with screen reader, so you can do that with iStem converted file, because that's we are extracting that information as to which is heading, which is link, which is table. So in this case, I'll go to heading navigation again by using swipe down and swipe up keys.
Lines. Headings.
Headings.
Swipe up or swipe down to read by headings.
So now I'm at the heading level navigation. I can use up and down, So what I did was swipe down and swipe up to change between the reading levels. But if I'm doing only swipe down, then it will take me to the next heading.
1 introduction. Heading 1. Page 2. Heading 6.
So we have all the pages as in heading H6. So therefore it came in the picture.
2 related work. Heading 1. 3 the approach. Heading 1.
So right now what I'm doing swipe down. So I'm swiping my finger down, only a single finger. Because if you do 2 fingers, then that's generally scrolling gesture. Similarly, if I swipe up, I can go to previous section.
Related work. Heading 1. 3 the approach. Heading 1.
Next section.
Page 3. Heading 6. 4 experimental setup and results. Heading 1.
It's in heading level 1.
4.1 data. Heading 2.
Now it's a subsection. So now it's said particular text as H2. That is the heading level 2.
4.2 baseline and evaluation method. Heading 2. Page 4. Heading 6. 4.3 results. Heading 2.
So now we have results. So this is again H2 because it's a subsection of 4th section that we are in right now. So again, I'm doing at a heading level navigation throughout the document. So now within this section, there is a table. So I'll show you how this reads the
In
table.
our experiments, we set a threshold of 5 to filter uncommon rules. We archive the best result with this threshold. Table 2. Link.
So the table 2
Double tap
is
to
right now is
activate.
being
Links
cross-referenced.
available. Use swipe up then right to view.
So I can just click on this link and
Table 2.
jump
Data
to that particular
statistic.
table. So now it has jumped to that particular table to which that cross-reference was pointing.
Table 2. Data statistic. Right arrow curving left. Button. Data. Heading. Row 1. Data. In table. 5 rows. 3 columns.
So now it's detecting, how many rows are there, how many columns are there, which is heading, which is, data cell.
Right arrow
So if I
curving
read
left.
this again,
Data. Heading. Row 1. Data. In table. 5 rows. 3 columns.
5 rows, 3 columns, this is row 1. The table, the data entry is data. I mean, the entry is data.
SQRT section.
Then second entry, right now I'm doing a swipe right. So the next column entry is SQRT section.
Elementary functions section.
Elementary function section.
Training data. Row 2.
So now when I entered the second row, it's saying training data.
169. SQRT section.
Now what it is doing is that it's reading that entry first and then reading what is the header corresponding to that entry. So
Training data.
So training data was the cell entry and then data was as a header.
169. SQRT section.
So 169 was the data entry within the cell, and then it read out what is the header of that particular cell.
1589. Elementary functions section. Testing data. Row 3. Data.
So now I'm in the third row. So similarly, you can move at cell level in your phone, and again, it can read out these things. So right now, the navigation model that Android provide is not very rich. We are able to do a lot of things. It's not that we cannot. But again, if you were to use the same thing on, let's say, PC, you will see that these features become more and more handy and more easy for you to read the document. So, but again, the technology is same. So therefore, you can, if let's say Android add more and more feature for the navigation, you will be able to use all of them. Because what we are doing is we are making the document itself more semantic rich, more information we are embedding into the document so that screen reader can properly read it out.
22. SQ 199. Elementary functions section.
So this is how you can read a
Total
table
data.
and heading.
Row 4. Data.
And how you can use that cross-referencing thing to jump between different, cross-references we have in the document. So all of this is possible because right now I'm showing you the digital PDF conversion. So we had the original PDF was in digital PDF. Now we have converted into an HTML file which has all this information. If it were, let's say, a scanned PDF, then you will again get these headings, tables, and things. One thing that you will not get in a scanned PDF is cross-referencing, because that information is not available in the PDF file itself. So cross-referencing will not be there. But again, our OCR models or whatever technology that we have, they will detect, what is table, where is which cell, what is header and things. All those information will be detected, and also the heading level and things. So that's how we make even, let's say, digital PDF document more accessible.
File.
Now I'll show you the other part, which is the mathematical
Open research
document.
paper. Document name Chapo 5.
So I'll again go to Home of Docs tab
iStem logo.
and choose Document Accessibility. So in the Document Accessibility,
Convert new document.
we have Convert
button.
New Document button. So I
Upload
again,
file or use camp.
I'll
Back.
again select some
Upload.
local file.
Supported. PDF. Max files. Upload file. Button. Documents. Show. Search. List. Sort by. More op. 161 homework 2.
So,
HTML. 58.55 kilobytes. March 1st. Disabled.
so I
Row
have
1,
a file
column
here,
1.
which is in homework assignment.
Complex.
So I'll show you how it reads it.
HW.PDF. 163 kilobytes. January 21st. Row 2.
So
Convert
basically,
new document screen.
it's a
iStem app.
college level
Back. Button. Out of
homework
grid.
assignment, and there
Double
are some
tap to
questions which are
activate.
given to the students. So I'll show you how the mathematics is detected and how it is read.
Convert new document. Heading.
So
hw.pdf uploaded. Heading.
file is already uploaded to our server.
File
Now
name.
I can go
HW.
and
Does this document contain math? Radio group.
so this is the question that I was talking earlier as well. In this case, this document contains math. So
Radio
I'll go ahead
button.
and
Yes.
select yes.
Yes. Selected. Selected. Radio button. Yes.
Now
Select output format.
output format again,
Select
I will
out-
choose as an
iStem app.
HTML.
Menu. HTML.
You can also choose
Menu item.
docx.
iStem app. HTML. Combo box. Convert document. Button. Processing 3 period. Request uploaded successfully. Document request history screen. Showing list of 101. Document name HW. Showing
So I
list.
have converted the file. So now I'll see
Document accessibility request history.
conversion is complete or
Document
not.
request. Showing list of document name HW. Download HW button.
So it's converted right
Double
now.
tap to
So I
activate.
can download again. If I click on the download button, it will download the file. And
Open
then
HW.
once it is downloaded,
Open.
the same button will convert into open.
Open HW button. Open. Open with browser. More. Chrome. Column. Kiwi browser. HTML
So
viewer.
again, I'll select
Not checked.
Chrome that we
HT.
have.
Kiwi. Chrome. 38%. Progress bar. Chrome. iStem converted file. WebView. Out of grid. 100%. Page 1. Heading 6. iStem converted file. Heading 1. Style guide and expectations. Please see what we expect.
So this
Make
is
sure to look at
the
the
instruction
we are
at the
expecting
beginning.
blocks below each problem to see what we
How
will be
the
grading for
the
each
student should
problem.
solve the questions. So I'll go ahead and
Exercises.
read one of the questions.
We suggest you do these. 1. 4-part. There exist different ways to solve the recurrence relation. Tn equals to CDOTT n2 plus n. With
So we right now,
T1 equals 1. Double tapped with.
yeah. So right now, what we have in here is that the mathematical support for this on Android is not as much good as what we have on the PC, because again on the PC you can read a mathematical book and see and navigate it at the expression level as well, because you have that information as to where is which part. For example, let's say what is numerator, what is denominator. And again, in Android, what we can do is we can read out the mathematical expression. It will be read out correctly. But one thing that we cannot do here is we cannot navigate the expression in parts by part. At least right now, that support is not available in Android. Again, we are working on it to build a custom interface where you can read out the mathematics at a very nice level, even in Android. So, but the same things could be read easily on your PC. So in this case, we have a web portal as well, where you can go and read the same documents. For example, whatever I converted here in the phone, I can access the same document even on my my PC. So I can go there and read out whatever mathematics and things we have. I'll show you that on the PC as well in a bit. So right now I'll go ahead and show you what are the other feedback mechanisms we have.
Open HW. Document name HW. Double tap.
So when you click on the document name in the request history, we have
document details, heading, document name HW. Uploaded 4 minutes ago. Status completed. Document type math. Open button. Add review button.
So these are the different buttons when you click on a particular document. So one of the button here is the add review button, which you can connect and which you can click and give your feedback to the iStem team as to what is working in the particular conversion that happened. and how you wanted to make it better. So we have that
Document
information
type map.
available so that we can work on it and provide you more better services. So again, I'll ask the listeners when they are trying out the app, perhaps do provide your feedback in this add review button.
Open.
If I click it,
Add review.
it's a simple interface
Add review screen.
where you
Back.
have
Add review. Give feedback. Feedback 3 period. Edit. Submit.
an edit box where you
Feedback
can
3
write your
period.
feedback
Edit box.
and then submit it.
feedback.
Soon we will
Button.
add the feature where you
Double
can
tap to
give
activate.
your audio feedback as well. But right now it's a textual feedback you can give us.
Back button.
So this is,
Showing
where
list of 10.
all the document
Method.
accessibility conversion works. Now the another tab we have
Selected.
is
Tab. Media.
media tab.
Double. Media. Selected.
So in media tab, it's up. This is the second tab we have. In this, what we have is we have audio video convergence, in which what we do is we take any audio or video and generate captions out of it, whatever the speaker is speaking in the audio or video that we have. Another thing which is special here is the video OCR, we call it. So, or text extraction from video images. So basically what it does is that given any video, we try to detect what is the text which is being shown in the video that is being displayed or being played on. So in this case, let's say you have a recording of a lecture where the professor is sharing something. So the text or the slide which is being shared in the screen is something that a visually impaired person cannot access because it's an image. So we run our OCR services again on that video and extract the text out of it so that you can read out the text. So you can upload any video and get that audio text extraction.
Tab.
So I'll
Selected. Tab. Media.
I'll show you how we can do that for one file.
Can't recognize.
So
Selected. Tab. How it works. Request. Convert new file. Button. Convert new file screen. Back. Convert new file. What would you like to do? Heading. Choose between text extraction from video images, frames, get audio captions, or both. Radio button. Get captions. Radio button. Extract text from video images. Radio button. Both.
So these are the different
Double
options we
tap
have,
to activate.
captions or video, text, image, video, extraction from video images. What do you want?
Radio button.
In this
Extract
case,
text from
I'll
video images.
select extract text from video
Extract
images,
text from video images. Upload file. Selected.
and then I can
Radio
upload the file.
Upload file. Supported input formats. Video and audio formats. Choose file. Button. Processing 3 period. Documents. Show root. Drop down. Search. List. Sort by. More. 161 home. Complex. HW. iStem snap. Disabled. Research paper.pdf.
So in this case, because
106
audio video is
kilobytes,
the only
January
supported
21st,
format, so you will
disabled,
see
column 2.
other format as disabled.
Test video.mp4, 8.72 megabytes, January 21st.
So this is a video
Row
file, so you can select it.
iStem
So
app.
go ahead and
Processing 3
selected it.
period. Button. Out of. Upload file. Supported in. Processing 3. File
Now
name.
it's being uploaded.
Heading. Test video. Edit box.
So you
Double
can again
tap
give
to
the
edit
file name
text.
here as well,
Double
whatever
tap and
name you want to
hold.
give.
Convert file. Button.
And then we
Double
can click
tap
on
to
convert
activate.
file to get the
Processing 3 period.
text from
Request
the whatever
uploaded
text is being
successfully.
displayed.
Media request history screen.
So again, we have a
Email,
request
3
history
new
screen here as
messages.
well.
3 new messages.
So
Showing list of 40 document name testvideo.mp4. Download testvideo.mp4 button.
so we have the conversion results ready. So the UI is similar to what we had in the document
Open
accessibility.
testvideo.mp4.
We have document names
Open.
or the file names, and then we have the download button to download the conversion. In this case, what will happen is whatever is the text which is being shown in the video, it will come as a text file. so that you can read it.
Document. Open test bit. Open. Browser. More. Chrome. Column 2. Kiwi. Chrome. 5%. Progress bar. Chrome. 100%. Web view.
So again, you can open it in Chrome or, let's say any other text that you want to read it with.
Video text output 0 hours 0 minutes and 25 seconds to 0 hours 0 minutes and 27 seconds. Autosave file home insert draw design transitions animations search slideshow Kartik Sani review paragraph view help paste clipboard 2 3 4 5 6 slide 1 of
So this is a
13, new
particularly
slide, iStem, reset reuse slides section B
a slide share that Kartik is doing about iStem pitch deck. So it's right now reading whatever the options that we have on the PowerPoint.
Empowering 1/5 of the global population notes comments design ideas designer 7:01 p.m. P-type here to search October 14th 2020 iStem empowering 1/5 of the global population 0 hours 0 minutes and 35 seconds to 0 hours 0 minutes and 37 seconds. Kartik's story. Kartik was born blind, wanted to study computer science in college. No screen off.
So you can go ahead and read the information. So one of the things that you notice there is that it tells you, what is the time duration during which this particular text came on the screen. So it's saying 0 minutes, 0 hours, 0 minutes, whatever second. So that's how you can browse the information in a text file and then accordingly can consume it. So again, we have that add review feature available here as well. So you can go ahead and
document name test video.mp4 audio video details screen.
Give you a review.
Audio document uploaded 3 status completed. Open button. Add review button. Double tap.
So this is what we have in the second tab, which is media. Third tab that we have is the learn tab.
Tab learn.
Where we have a set of
Selected.
resources all related to again disability. So these are textual resources which are created by iStem and by the community itself. So there are people who have in the community, the subject matter expert who have written these resources, and you can go ahead and read them.
Latest blogs.
So we have
double tap.
latest blogs, finance,
mobile apps accessibility.
mobile app accessibility.
Double tap to
These are
activate.
different categories in which we have the resources, learning resources. So for example, I can show
latest
you
blogs.
one of the
So,
blogs.
Latest blogs.
I'm sorry to interrupt you,
Mhm.
but due to time constraint, we will definitely
Double tap to activate.
ask users to explore the app for more and more and come with the questions if you have. Because as Sunil has demonstrated, 2 tabs mainly. And learning tab, you can definitely explore as Sunil has also given its overview. It will be good if you will explore this tab yourself and try to learn something new.
Sure. Perhaps I can if you can give me 1 minute, I can quickly cover
Yes,
them,
yes.
actually. So learning resources, as I said, these are the resources by the community itself. So in the BI community, people have written these resources and they tell you more about how you can get out of, let's say, different mobile apps that we have. For example, we have a resource on Google Pay, how you can use efficiently Google Pay, how you can use, let's say, efficiently WhatsApp, Telegram, TalkBack. So all these apps, how you can use efficiently. Similarly, we have career advice sessions. For example, let's say we have a session where we have an article series where you can read what are the different fields or options available for you in finance as a career. Let's say what are the options available in, let's say, again, STEM field and how you can study STEM courses. So those things we have in the learning resources tab. Fourth one is the profile tab, where again, the information is more of a app wide settings, how you can customize, let's say, themes, how can you log out, what are the credits that is available to you, and and then there are the information around the disability, and then what what kind of disability you have, what are you using this app for. So there's a questionnaire that we'll ask you to fill so that we can design the app more personalized and more customized for you. So I think that's all that we have in the app.
Thank you, Sunil. But before ending the session, I have like 2 queries to be answered
Mhm.
on behalf of user, which I have. Like one is about the data security and privacy, as we are uploading documents and videos to the server,
Mhm,
system server.
mhm.
So how safe they are, because uh, users will be more concerned about the security and their data integrity
Mhm. Yeah. So right now in
to tell
our
about the
yeah.
users.
So all our ISTM services, are accessed and stored over a secured HTTP channel. So we use HTTPS, which is a secured way of transferring the data between 2 points. So all our data transfers are encrypted. So that way, there is no way that one can hack them in between. Now, talking about how we store it, again, we store it behind our secured channels. So we do not associate any, user email ID with the file, whatever you are uploading. So whatever our developers see is just the, file that we as an whole, because, we have our privacy policy and, this terms of service on our website as well. You can go to istemai.com and read more on that. But in essence, what that says is that whatever data you're uploading is never attributed to you. We may use it for, for improving our models, and whenever we see, that our models are not performing. But again, that is something that the individual has control of. So they can email us and say that, I don't want my data to be, used for, let's say, improvement of OCR models or whatever we have. So there is an option available. You can send us an email. We will delete your data from our servers if that's very private and sensitive information. In general, the data is something which is never attributed to you. So no one knows, who uploaded this file. So that information is anonymous and safe. On all our data are encrypted, so no one can access outside ISTM as well.
Okay. So my last question would be that, as you said, you have a portal as well. So like is that service free of cost available to the users, or is there any charge which a user has to pay for using that service?
So right now, these are different platforms we have. So we have web portal where you can go and access the same services, whatever I demonstrated right now on the app. So if you have access to, let's say, PC, you like reading things on PC, then you can go to portal.istemai.com, portal.istemai.com. So you can go there and use the same services what I just demonstrated to you in the app. Now, as coming to the payment part of it, so right now, we are looking for feedbacks. We are looking for, how we can improve our services. So whenever a person is registering on our portals or on our app, so they get 2,500 credits as a charge. Where in terms of credit, if I talk, so each page you convert, consumes one of your credits. So that's how the credit logic look like right now. In terms of the payment, no. So right now we are not charging any of the services that we are providing. We are making them better. We are, again, in the future, if let's say your credits get expired, so you can again reach out to us, send us an email, and we can accordingly increase the credits on case by case basis.
Okay, so as you said, one page is equivalent to one credit. It means I am uploading a PDF file of 10 pages. I'll be consuming 10 credits out of
That's right.
2,500.
That's right.
Okay. So 2,500 credits are enough to test an app, and definitely users will love to test. And on behalf of iSTEM community and iSTEM team, we definitely request each of our user to use the services and give their valuable feedback so that they can improve on it and bring some new features to the community. Sunil, any message that you would like to give to the users or our users?
Sure. So again, I'll repeat, what you just said. So are looking for feedback. We ourselves, as I said in the beginning, we ourselves are person with visual impairment. All the co-founders are person with visual impairment. We want to make this content accessibility space, the document accessibility space, very enriching for you, so that whatever career you want to pursue, let's say, science, technology, and finance, whatever. So the content should not be a barrier for you. So that's our main goal of what we are doing at iSTEM. So we'd like you to try out our services. We are working hard. We are trying our best to give you the most accessible content, most accurate content. But again, these are AI services, so they may perform sometime wrong. So for that, we request you to give us feedback, how they are performing. Therefore, we have the mechanism that I just talked during the presentation as well in the app, on the portal. Everywhere we have a feedback mechanism where you can provide your feedback, and we listen to the feedback and work on it, improve our services, so that again you can have better experience in whatever content you are accessing, whatever study material you are reading. So that's what I would then like to say at the end. And again, I think thanks for having me here. Very grateful.
And is there any particular or dedicated email ID where we can write or user can write about their experiences or any particular feedback if you want to?
Sure. So right now, I know all the, so for example, you saw during the presentation itself, I got an email saying that this request is complete. So the email that you got is from info@inclusivestem.org. That is info@inclusive inclusive STEM STEM.org. So which is basically a full form of iSTEM. So info@inclusivestem.org is the email ID where you can write your feedback. Again, you can also reply to the whatever conversion email request you get. So for each document conversion, you get an email saying that your request is complete. You can reply back to that email itself saying, what is the feedback you have and any other feature request you have. So we are continuously monitoring that email as well.
Okay, thank you, Sunil, for your valuable time and giving us the demonstration of the iSTEM app. And we would like to thank Karthik on behalf of NEB Delhi. So he could not be present because he is in United States and there is a huge time difference in Indian Standard Time and US Standard Time. So convey our good wishes to him as well.
Sure.
Thanks for coming here.
Thanks a lot for having me and iSTEM here. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you, everyone. Nice
Thank
to
you,
see
everyone.
you, and definitely we will bring something new for you in coming days.